Alright there, my name's Ragtag, the greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth, and today we say goodbye to the Spitfire, as it will be one of the last times you're going to see it on this channel before it disappears from the ground loot and reverts to its previously overpowered form, supercharged to the point where you could carry flasks around the battlefield and fill them with the salty tears of noobs everywhere. Yes, I'm referring to the Spitfire being tucked away into the care package along with the alternator for Season 10, meaning that I wanted to make the most of this beautiful LMG and give it one last ode to Rambo. And if you're going to behave like a warrior, you should be dropping into the hot zone, which in this game would be the sorting factory. And that's what you get, Pathfinder, when you don't split off. Nothing! But there wasn't time to quibble. Enemies were near.
Stay focused.
Marking our surroundings.
I then had an inventory mismanagement moment while footsteps closed in on my double heavy loadout.
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Round 1.
Fire. I downed the hostile. Taking a moment to recharge my shields. Marking our surroundings. I am taking fire, friends. Reloading.
One squad down, but still no Spitfire. However, once I got into Crouching Caustic's box, he had exactly what I'd been looking for. As I patrolled the top floor, I made a decision that I would later come to regret, picking up the charge rifle.
Scanning the area.
You cannot hide from the Spitfire in the gravity-lift horizon, for it will ground thy explorative self and ripen thee for a good old-fashioned shanking! I don't know where that came from. I felt a release of emotion. You know, like being able to shoot her out of that thing. I don't know what to tell you, alright? Anyway, more customers arrived looking to thin the herd.
Target over there. Third party. They're trying to corner us.
Marking our surroundings. Reloading. I downed the hostile.
One of the things that have gotten better about my gameplay is awareness of my positioning, so I knew that after getting caught with my panties down while shield repairing, the best course of action would be to lead this enemy caustic into a trap, where if he chose to follow me to the top, both my teammates would be waiting for him. It's probably the reason that many are saying I finally left the gutter tier, blah blah blah. My old instinct would have just been to drop down and survive, but now, Caustic was about to learn the harshest lesson about chasing the wrong victim. That is, unless your teammate is a Bangalore using a Bocek who's missing every shot.
Reloading. One moment. Scanning the area. Calling upon nature's strength. I can see that the ring's moving on the map. I am taking fire, friends.
Determined to make the most of my ultimate, I sped off looking for anyone else wanting to try their luck for the position of Kings of the Sorting Factory.
Contact with target. Okay. Thermite grenade set. Multiple squad attack. Thermite grenade set. Arc stun set. Contact.
To be fair, my aggression levels were needing put in check.
Down the hostile. Reloading. I am taking fire, friends. Enemy down. Taking a moment. Fire. Giving my shields a recharge.
Good job, Ragtag. That's what we call precision idiocy. Trying again felt like the longest shield battery of my entire life. The heavy ammo situation was absolutely dire, but eventually we found enough for, well, I mean, 200 doesn't exactly last long with you if you never let go of the trigger, but if I was careful, perhaps we'd get 25 or 30 seconds or so out of this amount. Anyway, we ran and ran and ran, Then I got the distinct feeling that one of my teammates might be susceptible for the old lemming trick, following me blindly. That's it, Blackbird. Let's find out if you can fly. Disappointment flooded through me, and then guilt for wishing a lava bath on my teammate. Anyway, we headed towards the capital for glory and further regret for choosing the charge rifle. A shotgun or an SMG definitely would have been an easier choice, but my confidence in the hip fire of the Spitfire was firmly placed.
Ring is near. Marking our surroundings. Battling the enemy. Recharging shields. 10 seconds. The ring is close. Marking our surroundings. Reloading.
Warning, ring closing.
Ring's moving. Hustle up.
Down the hostile. Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Reloading. I killed an enemy.
Oh no! There's another squad attacking! All further recharging shield. I am taking fire.
Taking fire. Oscar Mike. Fun.
Battling the enemy. I am taking fire. Reloading. Strong work. Finish the last of that enemy squad. I am taking fire, friends. Marking our surroundings.
Taking fire. Heads up.
Putting down this heat shield was my way of saying, we're gonna deal with this bloodhound now, or let the microwave oven forever char my death box until it's a piece of coal.
I am falling.
Round 3, beginning ring.
Those were some nasty, nasty wingman shots, and now I pinned all my hopes on my team to save the day, and if they couldn't, I could still get myself out. Okay, never mind. Surely it wasn't asking too much though for a banner recovery, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. Because they stared at the ring and my death box became the coal for the fires of World's Edge after all. So who cares what happened next, because that wasn't going to be my glorious finish for Season 9 of the Spitfire. Oh no, we'd get that game, and it would start with us midway through World's Edge with me still searching for the gun of Rambo, because before I would find one, I would have to first watch its horrifying power in action. But before that, did I ever show you some professional moments involving the Sentinel?
Level 3.
Yeah, I could use that.
I mean, look how professional that caustic is. He dodged every shot without even turning to look. A rare and noble gift that I should very much like to acquire.
Mark star set. Reloading. I downed it.
Painless. Knocking at the door.
Reloading.
Airstrike. Reloading. Down. Scanning the area.
I apparently have the eyesight of a pirate with 2 eye patches.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Recharge.
For a moment, we considered common sense and swapping out that Sentinel, which I currently had 0% accuracy with. But instead, we doubled down with the dumbness and prepared for war in the very spot I just died in. Well, apparently, one more shot was all it took for me to need the avoidance of another death at the hands of not equipping something more useful at close quarters, and in we went to battle, where my enemies were equipped with the mighty Spitfire.
Down, Stella. I'm down. Not so bad, guys.
Down the hostile and squad.
Yeah, well, guess what? The flatline can also pack a punch when used against thirsty lunatics who would die in exchange for finishing off their enemies. picked up the Bangalore, wrenched the Spitfire from the box of that imposter Bloodhound, and set about rezzing out Octane. Now guys, it takes a lot for me to care about swapping out skins, but whatever this disaster was, I couldn't let it stand. This Spitfire would embody the regal majesty of a dragon.
I need shields. I need health.
Towards Train Yard would be the home of my next lesson, and that lesson was that pure aggression is not always going to be accepted by your allies, and they will sometimes choose caution and wait until absolutely necessary before heading to the next ring. But I knew that we'd be sitting ducks if we let ourselves be pinned down, so I chose another form of backup in the form of an iron girder, which you will see shortly.
Upon nature's strength.
Come on in. Old Painless is waiting. Incoming!
Bless me with some.
Giving him the shit. Fuck! Double timing it. Grenade.
You see, what a perfect teammate that iron girder was. I'm glad I laid off the Doritos, I can tell you.
Marking our surroundings.
Oscar Mike.
However, more squads around, my team showed no signs of urgency. I had to clear a path for them, otherwise they would burn before they even moved.
Another squad is attacking us.
Reloading. Down the hostile on Scott.
Give me a sec. Recharging shield.
Scanning the area.
Let's go this way.
Reloading. I downed a hostile. Took out a hostile.
Oh, you ain't messing around.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
One momentum healing.
Took out a hostile. Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Giving my shields a recharge.
As we looted and ran around a bit, I was about to realise the one crucial thing I'd been forgetting. Light ammo.
Incoming!
Knockdown shields here. Level 2.
Nailed that whole squad.
Give me a sec. Recharging shield.
Well, we rectified the ammo mistake, but we were once again where I didn't want to be, chasing the next zone, and running into another team right now would be a catastrophe.
Must go faster.
I am taking fire. I have fallen.
Well, I got beamed. Was this really all I had left to offer Season 9? My best efforts foiled by a sprung trap that I ran right into? But Bangalore held the keys to my salvation.
I'm down. Oh, they actually got easy.
Recharging my shields.
Hold tight. Catch you back.
Sadly, their braveness to rescuing Octane was their undoing. Now it was my turn to save my squad, but first I needed to know if I could even live through those ticks. And then it didn't matter.
I am taking fire. Taking a moment to recharge my shields. Healing my.
This was one of those moments where I felt completely useless. I couldn't shake the feeling that it would be better to try a banner recovery than to somehow fight off two squads alone. But would I even survive the trip? Well, nobody knows, which is exactly why this was worth doing.
Our brethren's fight is not over. 30 seconds remaining.
But when I ran outside, the chances of that resurrection grew slim.
All Father graces me. All Father, give me sight.
The care package has clutched for me so many times before, I wondered if it could do so again. But it was being watched and watched closely.
Marking our surroundings.
Now that's the power of the Spitfire. Sorry Bangalore, I might not be able to res you, but there's a chance that your sacrifice was not in vain.
Remains. Scanning the area.
Thank you.
Marking our surroundings. Bless me with sight.
A satisfying end for the Spitfire, and make sure you join me for this Sunday because I'm going to be uploading a game with a teammate who, well, let's just say managed to test the patience of the gutter tier. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.